We're on WSYB Rutland. Our engineer tonight is Bulldog Blair. Let's check the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Proctor Phantoms, under Coach Chris Hughes, to repeat 2-1 in league play, the Marble Valley League D Division, 4-4 overall. John McGann starting in the backcourt, a 6-foot junior, along with Rob Ryder, a 5'10 junior. Starting up front, Jim Oberg, a 6'4 senior. Tom Doty, a 6-foot senior. And Dave Regenbald, who is a 6'2 junior. That is the starting lineup for the Proctor Phantoms. Just check it on Regenbald. He is a 6'2 senior. So he is a senior, not a junior. For the West Rutland Golden Horde, under Coach Jack Rogers, Van Allen starting in the backcourt, a 5'6 senior, along with Josh Patrica, a 5'7 senior. Starting up front, out of Brazil, Fernando Amaral. He is a 6-foot senior. He is very good friends with Hugo. And I'm trying to, Megahales, I believe it was. Hugo, who was on the West Rutland basketball team last year, played a little bit, saw limited action. A heck of a soccer player. At any rate, Fernando is a next-door neighbor of Hugo's down in Brazil, and he gets the starting nod at center for Westside. Again, Fernando Amaral, a 6-foot senior. BJ Dido starting up front, a 5'8 senior, along with Gary Sloan, a 5'10 senior. So it's Van Allen and Josh Patrica in the backcourt for Westside, with Fernando Amaral, BJ Dido, and Gary Sloan. Back to the opening half after this 60-second timeout. On the national anthem. So we'll be set to go here momentarily. Proctor High and West Rutland. This matchup in the Marble Valley League D Division. Just 4 teams in the D Division of the Marble Valley League. Proctor and West Rutland, Whitingham and Wilmington. Jack Rogers was telling me before the game, well, we beat Otter Valley. Otter Valley beat Bellows Falls. Bellows Falls beat Brattleboro. So I guess we should be able to beat Brattleboro. Of course, I think back to when UVM played football, and we did one of those things where they beat UMass, who beat Holy Cross, who beat this team, and on. And UVM would have won the national championship, would have beaten Ohio State. It'll be Proctor going left to right, Westside right to left here in the first half, as Rob Ryder will jump center for Proctor, and Fernando Amaral for the Golden Horde, and the Phantoms win the tap. John McGann with it in the forecourt. McGann being picked up out front by Patrica, then he gets double teamed as he dribbles to the left, and we got a steal by Dido, and then his pass intended for Patrica. Getting back to steal for the Phantoms, Rob Ryder. Ryder back into the forecourt, sends it to McGann near the right sideline. Cross court now to Dave Regenbald. Down low to Oberg, and back out to the 15-footer from John McGann. And he hits, and it's 2-0 Proctor. And we got a traveling violation against the Westside Golden Horde. As I believe that was Gary Sloan that went down the baseline. John McGann hitting the 15-footer for Proctor, and the Phantoms lead it early by a score of 2-0. And the Phantoms get the ball into the forecourt. The pass came into Regenbald, and he went into Gary Sloan, and they whistle him down for an offensive foul. Dave Regenbald, the first on Regenbald and the first on the team.
West Rutland's going to come at you, Jack, with that man-to-man defense, and you're just going to have to be good enough to beat it.
So Proctor in the man-to-man as Westside controls in the forecourt. Gary Sloan with it. Send it to Petrika, left sideline. Down low at the left baseline. Dido's jumper's an air ball. And it comes down to Ryder. Ryder sends it ahead to John McGann. 2-0 Proctor early going. 7:07 remaining in the first quarter. As Regenball goes to Ryder in the lane. His 14-footer's good. And Proctor takes a 4-0 lead. Rutland bringing it the other way now. Is dribbling into the forecourt as Van Allen has it halfway between the circles. Allen goes to Petrika, the midcourt circle. Chased out front by McGann. On the right with it now is Gary Sloan. Back out front, midcourt circle. It is Van Allen with it, 5'6" senior. And Allen dribbles to the right side of the lane. Drives, lays it up, no good. And the rebound back up, no good by Amaral. But we've got a whistle and a foul in the rebounding action. And the foul is going against the Proctor Phantoms. It's on Jim Oberg, his first. And that is the second on the team. As it looks like Dave Regenball's been shaken up just a bit, and John Peters checks in for him. So the first substitution for Chris Hughes. As the Phantoms lead it by a score of 4-0. With it is B.J. Dido, stops right side of the lane, try to come outside with it, knocked away by Peters, but run down by Van Allen at the left sideline, dribbles left to right, and on the bounce he wanted to go to Dido, couldn't handle it, goes out of bounds at the baseline as we have the first substitution for Westside. Ryan Loso checks in for B.J. Dido. Peters, who just checked in, double team to the backcourt, gets it up to McGann, and his pass is knocked out of bounds on a nice defensive play by Gary Sloan. The pass intended for Rob Ryder up near midcourt, so Proctor will try again from the left sideline in the backcourt. Westside setting up some 1-2-2 zone pressure. Ryder with it in the backcourt gets double teamed. Pass knocked down. Ryder got it back again, breaks the pressure into the forecourt. Down the left sideline, stops near the corner. Out to McGann, dribbles into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound fought for, and it is controlled by Petrika. Petrika down court to Van Allen, lays it up, no good. Amaral the rebound, dribbles once at the baseline, almost lost the handle. Triple pumps and lays it in. Fernando Amaral. 4-2. Proctor with a 2-point lead. Westside on the board. Westside some full court pressure. And Proctor breaks the pressure with Ryder. And his pass intended for Doty, knocked out of bounds by Fernando Amaral out of Brazil, an exchange student from Brazil. As the Phantoms will put the ball into play from the right sideline near the corner with John McGann. Gets it into Rob Ryder halfway between the circles. Back to McGann right side between the sideline and the middle. Back to Ryder in the lane. His short jumper in and out, no good. The rebound is controlled by Gary Sloan. And with it now is Loso. Back to Sloan near the right sideline. Back to Loso to Petrika out near midcourt. Josh Petrika, who played on the championship team a year ago, into the lane. Sends it back out to Allen at the free throw line. He fires and drills it. That ties it at 4 apiece. 5:12 remaining first quarter. We're at the Hinchy Gym, Proctor and West Rutland. Here on WSYB Rutland as Peters has difficulty with it in the backcourt. Got it to McGann. Throws it down court for Doty to Oberg. He tried to go up with it, and he was fouled by Van Allen. No, he wasn't. Are they going to call it a foul or not? Yeah. Okay, Van Allen was there to foul him as he tried to go up with it. Are they going to call it a shooting foul? No, they're not. It was before the shot, but Van Allen on the foul, first on Westside, first on Van Allen. I think one referee wanted to say he knocked it out of bounds. The other one wanted to call it a foul as McGann's 15-footer from the right side is no good. Rebound tapped up, no good by Doty. Rebound finally came down to Amaral, and with it is Van Allen. Doty almost, I don't think he meant to tap that one up. It almost went in. With it is Ryan Loso, sends it out to Allen halfway between the circles. We're tied at 4 apiece. With it now is Gary Sloan. On the left to Amaral near the left sideline. It is Allen with it at the left baseline. 17-footer no good, and the rebound ripped down by Tom Doty. Now with it is John McGann. Tied at 4, 4:27 left first quarter. John McGann for the Phantoms. Double team to the forecourt. Gets it right sideline to Peters. Down low he wanted to go, and it went right by Oberg as the Westsiders pick it off. With it now is Petrika in the lane. Scoops it up, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jim Oberg. He gives it to McGann. McGann, Peters, Oberg, Ryder, and Doty in there right now for Proctor. Got a steal by Loso, gets it up to Patrica, back to Loso. On the bounce to Van Allen, left baseline. His fadeaway is no good. It was blocked by Peters. We got a foul on Peters. Van Allen will be at the line for 2 shots. He was in the act of shooting. That foul on Peters is his first, and that is the third on Proctor. As Dave Regenbald checks back in, he's okay. He had a slight limp when he checked out before. He checks in for John McGann, and apparently they called that before the shot. So that was on the floor, not a shooting foul. So it'll be West Side controlling with it left wing as Van Allen dribbles left to right into the lane. His 14-footer, no good. Off the glass, and the easy rebound for Jim Oberg. Gets it to Regenbald. Regenbald picked up by Van Allen in the backcourt, also by Sloan as he came over. Back to Rob Ryder into the forecourt, picked up by Patrica out front. On the right now, with it is Regenbald. Head fakes to the right side of the lane. His short jumper's good. Dave Regenbald hits the short jumper from the right side of the lane, and Proctor leads it 6-4. 3:27 left first quarter. With it now is Amaral, right side of the lane, and we got a foul going against Proctor. Tom Doty on the foul. First on Doty, fourth on the team.
Both teams are a little tight and early going, Jack. But as you can see, they both like to run. They like to push the ball up the court. I know West Rutland's only got Fernando Amaral that's 6 foot. Everybody else is less than 6 foot. And that's quite a contrast to what they've had over here with Tony Higgins and Justin Wiener lately.
Sean Roberts checks in for the Proctor Phantoms for Jim Oberg, and Roberts immediately knocks the ball out of bounds as West Rutland tries to put the ball into play from the right sideline in the forecourt. Pass comes in now from Patrica to Van Allen out near midcourt. 6-4 Proctor. 3:15 left first quarter. With it is Amaral, left side of the circle. Amaral goes now to Gary Sloan, right side of the circle. Gets it to Van Allen, right sideline. And we got a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. 3 official setup tonight in this game. And this foul, I believe, is on John Peters. That is his second. And that is the 5th on the team. So West Side will put the ball into play from the baseline. Proctor won the JV game tonight, 56-38. As the pass comes in to Sloan. Sloan's pass picked off by Ryder. Trying to go out to Van Allen out front. Rob Ryder in with Regenbald, Peters, Sean Robertson there, and also Tom Doty. With it is Ryder on the right to Doty. Underneath the Robertson, he lays it in. He went in back door. He got it at the baseline. Jack Rogers wants a timeout as Proctor goes up by a score of 8-4 with 2:48 left here in the first quarter. Timeout, West Rutland. We'll be back after this 30-second break. Proctor right now has 5 team fouls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. West Side with only 1. Peters of Proctor with 2 personal fouls.
And Proctor's had 4 different players get into the scoring column, and West Rutland's got 2. But everybody's got just 1 basket so far in this one.
Proctor sets up the man-to-man, is dribbling into the forecourt. Josh Patrica, 5'7" senior. Dribbles to the right sideline, picked up by Regenbald. Patrica stops the dribble out front to Allen, top of the circle for 3. Around the rim, no good. A rebound fought for, and it is controlled by Sean Roberts. Now with it is Rob Ryder as he trots into the forecourt. Double teamed off the zone to the right sideline. Get it to Peters. Peters dribbles toward the middle, and we got a foul against, I believe, Van Allen of West Rutland. And it is on Allen. That's his second. That's the second on the team. So it looks like West Side in the zone. Proctor using the man-to-man as Van Allen checks out, and B.J. Dido checks in for West Side. Proctor's basketball from the right sideline in the forecourt as Sean Roberts gets set to put the ball into play. Sean Roberts, a 5'10" junior, throws it in now out front. It goes to Rob Ryder, right side of the circle on the cut to Peters. Peters wanted to go left to Roberts, knocked away and picked off nicely by B.J. Dido. It was knocked away inside, and Dido on the steal. Patrica with it out front. Now it goes to Gary Sloan. I believe it was Sloan that knocked it away at the other side. Here's Amaral, a 15-footer off the rim. No good. Rebound fought for, and Peters comes down with it at the baseline for Proctor. Double team to the backcourt. On the bounce goes ahead to Ryder. Minute 52 left in the first quarter. 8-4 Proctor. With it right side, Regenbald. Down low, he wanted to go on the ball. Picked off by Patrica. Tried to save it. It went right back to Doty. To Regenbald in the lane. His jumper's no good. We got a foul long before the shot. And the foul is on Josh Patrica. That is his first. And that is the third on the team. Doty will put the ball into play from the baseline for Proctor. John McGann checks back in for Rob Ryder now for Proctor. Tom Doty, a 6-foot senior, gets it into Regenball right side, out to McGann, out of Peters left side of the circle. Peters on the cut to Roberts in the lane. His jumper blocked by Petrika, but went right to Peters on the left baseline, and he hit the jumper. 10-4. Proctor with a 6-point lead. Nice play defensively. However, it went right to Peters at the left baseline. Fernando Amaral with it for West Side. Sends it out front to Loso on the left to Petrika. Left side of the lane, forces the jumper. It's no good, an air ball. Doty runs it down to the baseline for Proctor and gives it to McGann. Minute 12 left first quarter. McGann, Regenball, Doty, Robertson, Peters for Proctor right now as Petrika picks up McGann out front on the cut now to Regenball. He drives and lays it in. Split the defense, skipped right to the lane and scooped it up underhanded. It's Proctor 12, West Side 4. 55 seconds left first quarter. Amaral with it right side of the circle. Amaral on the bounce to the free throw line. The jumper from Sloan is no good. We got a whistle and a foul on the rebounding action against Proctor. Foul is on Sean Roberts. That is his first, 6th on the team. So with 47 seconds left in the first quarter, West Side will have the basketball from the baseline. West Side going with Gary Sloan, B.J. Dido, Josh Petrika, Fernando Amaral, and also Ryan Loso. Loso with it. Out front it goes to Dido. Or the right sideline to Petrika. Right back to Sloan at the right baseline. Dribbles in, gets shut off. Back to Petrika, right side of the lane. His 12-footer's no good. We've got a whistle and a foul against Proctor with 35 seconds left first quarter. The foul is on Tom Doty. That's his second. That is the 8th on the team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, the 7th on the team. Check it. As Oberg checks back in. Jim Oberg is in for Proctor for Tom Doty. It is a shooting foul, though. Josh Petrika will be at the line for 2 for West Side. And his first shot is good. He'll get another. Proctor 12, West Rutland 5. 35 seconds left first quarter. Second shot by Petrika is no good, in and out. And rebound chased down by Sloan at the right baseline. To Amaral to Petrika. Dribbles to the key to the line to the lane. Running right-hander, no good off the back of the rim. Rebound fought for. Comes down to Roberts. John Roberts in the backcourt, and his pass is deflected out of bounds. It was deflected by West Side. Maybe it was Dido that got a piece of the basketball, so Proctor will try again in the backcourt with 22 seconds left in the first quarter. McGann gets it into Peters, breaks the pressure into the right sideline. As they go down the right sideline now, sends it out to McGann, right side of the circle. McGann on the bounce, right wing, it goes to Peters. Peters had the ball stripped by Amaral. West Side controlling Petrika to Loso in the forecourt. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Loso's pass intended for Amaral goes behind him and out of bounds. Proctor's basketball with 2 seconds left in the quarter. In the backcourt, John McGann getting set to put the ball into play for Proctor. Proctor with a 12-5 lead. As McGann gets it up to midcourt to Regenball, dribbles into the forecourt. His long three is short as time expires ending the first quarter. So Proctor dominating in the first. We played one at the Hinchy Gym at Westside after 1 hour score. Proctor 12, West Rutland 5. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. SYB, Proctor 12, Westside 5 after a quarter. Will be West Rutland's basketball. Westside going with B.J. Dido, Fernando Amaral, Josh Petrika, Ryan Loso, and also in there is Gary Sloan. We'll get to Proctor's alignment in a moment. Proctor in the man-to-man with it is Amaral left side of the circle. Exchange student from Brazil goes to Sloan, right side of the circle. Dribbles into the lane, lays it up and in. Took it hard to the bucket and laid it in. Proctor 12, Westside 7. John McGann along with John Peters, Sean Roberts in there right now. Also Jim Oberg is in there and Dave Regenball for the Proctor Phantoms. In the key, Roberts to the right side of the lane. Spins, gets double teamed off the zone. Brings it back out to McGann between the right sideline and the lane out of Peters. Between the right sideline and the key. Dribbles to the right side of the lane, gets it into Oberg. The big guy drives, lays it up, no good. But he got fouled. Jim Oberg, 6'4" senior for the Proctor Phantoms, will be at the line for 2. And the foul is on Fernando Amaral. His first, and that is the 4th on the team. Next Proctor foul will send Westside to the line here as McGann is out. Rob Ryder back in for Proctor. Jim Oberg is huge. He's a 6'4" senior. At the line for 2, and he hits the first. He'll get another. It's Proctor 13, Westside 7.
Proctor doing a pretty good job in that first quarter, Jack, finding the open man. They had the better of the ball movement between the two teams.
Second shot by Oberg is good. 2 free throws for Jim Oberg, and Proctor leads by 7, 14-7. Proctor had a 7-point lead after a quarter. Proctor in the man-to-man is controlling in the forecourt. Josh Petrika between the right sideline and the key. Picked up by a Regenball. Josh Petrika controlling off the dribble. Petrika down the right sideline to Gary Sloan. Back out now, it goes to Dido, right side of the circle, to Petrika, left sideline. Dribbles left to right into the lane. Sends it back out front to Dido. Dribbles into the lane. We got a foul against Proctor. This will put Proctor over the limit, their 8th team foul. And the foul is on Rob Ryder. It is his first. As you know, 8th, 9th, 7th, 8th, and 9th team fouls. Before, actually, the Phantoms were over the limit on the previous foul, but it was a shooting foul. 7th, 8th, and 9th, as you know, shooting 1 and 1, then 10th and over and a half, shooting 2. And in this case, at the line for a 1 and 1 is B.J. Dido, a 5'8" senior for the West Rutland Golden Horde. And his shot is no good off the back of the rim, getting way up there for the rebound. Sean Roberts as Proctor controls. Rob Ryder with it now. Proctor with a 7-point lead early going second quarter. The Phantoms lead at 14-7. Ryder spins to the key, then lost it. Picked up right wing by Regenbald on the bounce to Peters at the free throw line to the right side of the lane. Double team brings it back out on the bounce to Ryder. Now it looks like Westside is in the man-to-man. As it is Ryder driving baseline, laid it up, no good. Oberg on the rebound, back up and good as he went down the lane. It's going to count. He got fouled. Ryder on the original shot down the lane on the give and go from Peters. And Oberg has an opportunity for a 3-point play here as he was fouled as he got the bucket. As Proctor leads at 16-7. That foul was on B.J. Dido, his first, and that is the 5th on the team. As Loso and also checking out Gary Sloan for the Westside Golden Horde. Back in is Van Allen, and the shot by Oberg is no good. DeLong is also in as Allen comes down with a rebound. Allen into the forecourt. So Andy DeLong is checked in for Westside, his first action of the ball game. With it left wing is Van Allen to the left baseline. Drives, lays it up, no good. Hit the bottom of the board. Rebound goes out of bounds off Rob Ryder of Proctor, so it'll be Westside's basketball. Proctor with its biggest lead. The Phantoms lead at 16-7 with 6:15 left here in the first half. Petrika looking to put the ball into play. Petrika looking around, gets it in left sideline to Van Allen. Picked up by Peters, out front to B.J. Dido, top of the circle, now to Van Allen. Dribbles left to right, picked up by Peters. Now DeLong with it, right side of the circle. On the bounce of the baseline, and the shot is no good by Dido. He had it underneath the bucket and tried to put it up, and Proctor controls the rebound, and with it, dribbling into the forecourt for the Phantoms is Rob Ryder. On the right wing, it goes to Peters, back to Ryder, right baseline. His 12-footer, no good over the bucket. Comes down to Van Allen of Westside. Allen rifles it into the forecourt for Dido, lays it up, no good. Rebound is tapped to Ryder, and apparently he was on the baseline. So it'll be West Rutland's basketball. Looked like Dido went in an awkward way. He could have gone straight in and kind of a reverse layup. As checking out of the ball game is B.J. Dido.
I think he thought he was going to get blocked from behind, Jack, and he turned to try to protect it, and there's nobody there.
Here's Van Allen, an 18-footer, in and out and back in again as he took it to the left wing just inside the three-point line. Hit the bucket at 16-9. Proctor with a 7-point lead. I believe it was Amaral that checked back in, right, when Dido checked out. Here's Ryder underneath, wanted to go to Roberts, off him and out of bounds. Westside's basketball in the backcourt as John McGann checks back in for Proctor, and checking out of the ball game is John Peters.
Both of these coaches are using their bench quite frequently here early on, Jack.
As into the forecourt comes Van Allen. On the bounce now, it goes to Fernando Amaral. On the bounce, right side of the circle, it is DeLong with it. Back on the bounce, it goes to Loso. Loso left side of the circle. Now back to Petrika. Petrika goes back to Allen left wing. Back to Petrika in the lane. His 12-footer, no good as he faded to the left side of the lane. Rebound goes out of bounds by Sean Roberts. So Loso is in there right now, along with Van Allen, Josh Petrika, Fernando Amaral, and also Andy DeLong. Amaral and Loso both had short breathers. Petrika's three-pointer from the right side is no good, but we got a foul before the shot. And what are they going to call it? It's against Westside, I believe. It is against Andy DeLong of Westside. It was away from the basketball. That's the 16th foul on West Rutland, first on Andy DeLong. So it's Rob Ryder, John McGann, Dave Regenbald in there. Jim Oberg is in there, and also Sean Roberts for the Proctor Phantoms as Proctor controlling. With it is Ryder. Ryder all the way to the lane, finds an opening and lays it in. Went right to left, right into the lane and laid it in. As Proctor goes up 18-9, 4:37 left first half. Van Allen with it left side out in three-point land. Out front now to Loso, top of the circle, picked up by McGann off the man-to-man. Looks right, goes right to Patrica between the right sideline and the key. Back out to Loso to the right side of the circle. Cross-court left wing, it goes to Van Allen. Van Allen being picked up out front off the man-to-man by Ryder. On the bounce goes to DeLong, right side of the lane. Pulls up with a short jumper and hits off the glass. 18-11, Proctor with a 7-point lead. Full court west side pressure in the backcourt. John McGann with it, picked up by DeLong. Even though west side, correct, John started off in the zone. They are in the man-to-man now. Here's Regenbald, a left side 12-footer, an air ball comes down to Van Allen. Van Allen scoots into the forecourt for west side. On the right, got it to Loso, and on the cut to Van Allen, laid it up, no good, but we got a foul against Proctor. Fouls on Oberg, that's his second. That is the 9th team foul on Proctor. And at the line for two when we come back, Van Allen, he was in the act of shooting. Chris Hughes of Proctor wants a timeout. The first for the Phantoms, they got 3 left. We got 3:50 left first half here at the Hinchy Gym at Westside. Our score, Proctor 18, West Rutland. A crowd here at Westside. Not great, not overwhelming, but a pretty good crowd. Proctor won the JV game tonight 56-38. Before the timeout, Van Allen fouled in the act of shooting. He'll be at the line for 2 as Ron Gee is into the ball game now for Proctor. He's a 5'9" senior. As the shot by Van Allen is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Ryder. He apparently only got one shot. Here's McGann with the right baseline. A short jumper is good. 20-11, Proctor up by 9. Apparently it was before the shot, John, right? The foul.
Yeah, it was a 1-and-1.
It was a 1-and-1, not a 2-shot foul. Thought it was a shooting foul, so he only got the one shot and he missed it. And McGann hit the baseline jumper the other way. And on the cut, the pass to Van Allen, and he lays it in. So he answers McGann's short jumper from the baseline. And it's 20-13, Proctor by 7. Here the other way, Rob Ryder. Picked up out front by Van Allen. Now goes to Gee on the bounce to McGann. Down low to Oberg. Spins into the lane, ducks underneath, and lays it in. Pretty play. He had Fernando Amaral in the air as he went left and ducked underneath and laid it in easily. Jim Oberg for Proctor, and the Phantoms lead it 22-13. 3 minutes left first half. With it is Josh Patrica up top to Amaral. Right side of the lane. His jumper, no good. Rebound Ryder for Proctor. Ryder into the forecourt down the right sideline. Rob Ryder on the cut to Oberg, off him, picked off by Patrica. On the bounce ahead to Van Allen, he drives and lays it up, no good. Too hard off the glass, rebound McGann. Now Ryder with it. Ryder, Gee, McGann, Oberg, and Dave Regenbald in there right now for Proctor as Van Allen picks up Ryder out front near the right sideline. 2:25 left in the first half. Ryder on the bounce to Oberg, ducks underneath, lays it up, no good, he was traveling. Tried to do the same thing he did before.
That's a nice little give and go Rob Ryder and Jim Oberg run in that low post there. Jim Oberg's doing a nice job for the Phantoms.
This time Oberg was whistled down for the traveling violation. West Side's basketball. Proctor with a 9-point lead. Van Allen in the forecourt near the right sideline between the sideline and the key. Gets it out front to Patrica and to run it down at midcourt. It was almost knocked away by Ryder. Patrica dribbles into the lane, then dribbles off his leg, but we got a whistle and a foul against Proctor. This would make it number 10 on Proctor. It would be a 2-shot situation. And who did they call that on?
That was on Dave Regenbald.
It is on Regenbald, and that foul on Dave Regenbald, we got him for number 2. That is the 10th team foul on Proctor. West Side shooting 2 from here on in. On the next West Side foul, Proctor will be shooting a 1-and-1. The next West Side foul would be their 7th. Patrica at the line for 2. He misses the first. He'll get another. Proctor 22, West Side 13. 2:08 left first half.
West Rutland just stone cold in this one, Jack. They're having a hard time making foul shots, layups, or anything else. And you can credit that to some of Proctor's defense.
Patrica misses the second as well as Oberg came down with a rebound. Got it to McGann to Ryder. Ryder picked up by Van Allen off the man-to-man as he dribbles into the forecourt. Controlling off the dribble way out front. 1:55 left in the half. Got it into Oberg. Fouled by Fernando Amaral. Oberg will be at the line for a 1-and-1. And that foul on Fernando is number 3. I have him for. It's not quite. It's not up on the board as yet. Oberg got the line for a 1-and-1. No, they got him for 2. So check it. You have him for 2?
Yeah, I had him for 2.
Okay, my mistake. 2 for Amaral. Ober got the line for a 1-on-1. His shot is around the rim, no good. Amaral the rebound. Outlet to Van Allen. And Allen into the forecourt on Ryder. And Allen for West Side. Van Allen in with Loso. Also in there is DeLong. Also Patrica and Amaral. And DeLong's jumper's no good. Rebound is pulled down by Oberg. You got it to Ryder. Ryder in along with Guy, Oberg, McGann, and Regenball for Proctor. 1:30 left in the half. Proctor with a 9-point lead. With it, Regenball. Head fakes, lays it up, no good. Shot blocked by Patrica. And a foul on Josh Patrica. Dave Regenball will be at the line for 2 shots for Proctor. And that is the 8th team foul on West Side. That is the 2nd on Patrica. As DeLong is out of the ball game and B.J. Dido checks back in for West Side. Tonight's game brought to you in part by both the, let's see, it wasn't DeLong. Did DeLong check out? And also checking out is Van Allen. Who else just checked in?
B.J. Dido.
B.J. Dido checked in. As the shot by Regenbald is good.
And Gary Sloan checked in.
And Gary Sloan also checked in. Now DeLong checks back in. Regenbald will get another. And Amaral checks out. Maybe he was the original guy that was supposed to check out. Proctor with its biggest lead, leading at 23-13 as Regenbald has hit the first shot. He's got another one coming. Second shot by Dave Regenbald is good. He gets them both. And Proctor leads at 24-13, an 11-point Phantom lead. 1:25 left here in the first half of the Hinchy Gym at West Side. Both teams in the man-to-man as Patrica has it near the right sideline. Patrica out to Loso, right side of the circle for 3. Bang! Ryan Loso, 5'6" junior, hits the 3. It's Proctor 24, West Side 16. 1:08 left first half. Ryder to the free throw line. Ryder going to work on Dido. Got it to McGann, trying to go inside the ball, knocked away, but there with it is Ryder. Ryder dribbles off his knee, intercepted by Loso. Rifle pass for Dido. Dido into the lane, and Ryder comes back to steal for Proctor. Chris Hughes wants his club to slow it down. 47 seconds left in the half. Proctor with the 8-point lead as Dido picks out Ryder man-to-man. Right wing with it is Guy for Proctor. Ron Guy gets it to McGann into the lane. Head fakes out to Regenball. To the left baseline to Ryder. Drives, lays it up, no good. Ryder back up, no good. Ryder again. Back up and good. As Proctor leads at 26-16.
There's no quitting Rob Ryder, I can tell you that.
20 seconds left in the first half. Josh Patrica with it. On the bounce to Gary Sloan in the key. On the bounce inside, he gets it to Dido. Dido throws it up over the bucket, comes down to Guy. Guy to Ryder, 8 seconds left in the half. Ryder into the forecourt. 5 seconds left in the half. Ryder right wing to McGann right sideline for 3. It's an air ball to Patrica. Rifles it off the glass from the backcourt. No good as time expires. Ending the first half, and at halftime, Proctor has a 10-point lead. At halftime, our score, Proctor 26, West Rutland 16. We'll be back to talk about it after this timeout.
In order to play this record, you must tune your bass to ours. Whatever has to be done, has to be done. Right about now. Frequently as possible. is to straight up, coming from the west side.
I know we have a Proctor girls basketball game coming up in the future. We'll have MSJ and Proctor girls basketball on Monday, the 5th of February, and I believe Mike Stoddard plays basketball for Proctor. And Mike is from Peabody, Mass. His wife is from Beverly, Mass, and she knows that Beverly is the birthplace of the U.S. Navy.
We're
not too many of us around up here. No, not on a basketball game. I'm sorry. I apologize. It'll be Proctor's basketball here at the beginning of the second half. The Phantoms unofficially have led by as many as 11. Lead it by 10 as we get set. Proctor won the JV game tonight 56-38. Again, tonight's game will be shown on Channel 15 at a later date. Ernie Sewell is the cameraman. John McGann is in along with Jim Oberg, Tom Doty, Dave Regenbald, and Rob Ryder. I think they're just waiting for people to come back in, I guess, huh? And clean up some of the water. I don't know if it's still raining outside or not. It's supposed to change to snow later on tonight and get a lot colder. And that's the alignment for Proctor: McGann, Ryder, Oberg, Doty, and Regenbald. Fernando Amaral for the Westside Golden Horde as the pass comes all the way into Doty, and he beats the pack and lays it in. I think Westside sleeping a little bit on the inbounds play as Doty quickly got the pass and laid it in. 28-16, Proctor by 12. Van Allen with it right side of the lane, 15-footer, bang. I think Westside forgot which way they were going there for a moment. 28-18, a 10-point Proctor lead. Here's Ryder down the middle as the Phantoms break the west side full court pressure. Ryder dribbles out front, has it out near the midcourt circle. Picked up by Van Allen off the man-to-man. On the left wing, it goes to Regenbald. Down low to Oberg. His turnaround jump hook is no good. Doty the rebound, right baseline. His jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound to Josh Petrika. Up to Allen. Allen, Petrika, Amaral in there. Ryan Loso is in, and here's Petrika straight on top of the circle for three, and he drills it, a three-pointer for Josh Petrika, and Westside is down by 7. Proctor leads at 28-21, early going third quarter. Again, Van Allen, Amaral, Loso, Petrika, and also Gary Sloan in there right now for West Rutland as we finally get to Westside's alignment here at the beginning of the second half. Again for Proctor in the lane, 14-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound to Amaral. Outlet now to Josh Petrika. Petrika into the forecourt, down the middle on the left of Van Allen. To the left corner to Loso for three, no go. Rebound Ryder of Proctor. That one hits, and Westside's back to within 4. Now Proctor with a 7-point lead, controlling with Ryder, backs it in a little bit on Van Allen. On the right, he wanted to go to Oberg, and the pass picked off by Westside. Van Allen down to Fernando Amaral, lays it up, no good, and the rebound is controlled by McGann.
West Rutland getting the chances, Jack. They're just not cashing in.
John McGann slowly into the forecourt on Ryan Loso as he dribbles to the right sideline near the hash mark. Sends it out front now to Rob Ryder near the midcourt circle. Picked up by Van Allen on the cut to Regenbald in the lane. His jumper's an air ball, comes down to Sloan. Outlet now to Allen. Allen roars by Ryder, lays it up, no good. Ryder got a piece of it, but he also got a piece of Van Allen. They call a foul on Rob Ryder. It looked for a moment that Rob Ryder came up with a clean defensive play. It looked like Van Allen had him beaten. Ryder came back and knocked the ball out of bounds, but they called Rob Ryder on the foul first on Proctor in the half. And that foul on Rob Ryder is his second, a shooting foul. Van Allen at the line for 2 as Fernando Amaral is out for Westside, and Andy DeLong checks into the ball game. Shot by Van Allen is good. He'll get another. Proctor 28, West Rutland 22. So Westside has trailed by as many as 12 early going third quarter, has now cut the Proctor lead to 6. Second shot by Van Allen is good, and Proctor's lead down to 5. Proctor 28, West Rutland 23. Some Westside full court pressure. Ryder picked up by Van Allen in the backcourt. Ryder reverse dribble into the forecourt down the left sideline as the Phantoms break the pressure. Ryder to the left baseline. Ryder sends it down low, wanted to go to Oberg, off him, picked off by Petrika on the bounce to Loso. Loso on McGann, lays it up and in. And at the left side of the lane and went hard to the bucket. And Proctor's lead down to 3. Chris Hughes wants a timeout. Proctor 28, West Rutland 25. 5:33 left third quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
They're finally playing a little basketball, Jack. The biggest story for West Rutland that first half was the fact that Josh Patrica only had 1 point.
Here's McGann, finds Ryder, lays it up, no good. Ryder, his own rebound, fadeaway, no good, and the rebound, Van Allen. McGann found Ryder all by himself, missed the shot and missed the second shot. Here's Patrica for 3, no good. Oberg on the rebound. And Oberg fouled by DeLong in the backcourt. Andy DeLong on the foul, his second, first on West Side here in the half.
Proctor's got a little bit of that stone-cold shooting that West Rutland experienced in the first half right now, Jack.
McGann found Ryder all by himself. Ryder missed the easy bucket, then took the fadeaway as he got his own rebound, missed that as well. The foul on DeLong the other way as McGann calls timeout, couldn't put the ball into play. Westside putting up the great full court pressure, and that, however, is the third timeout for Proctor. They have 1 left. 5:19 left third quarter, but a heads-up call by John McGann. 28-25, Proctor by 3. We'll be back after this 30-second break. Peters is checked in for Proctor as the ball comes into Doty. Doty ahead to Peters, and Peters breaks the pressure into the forecourt. Peters, McGann, Regenbald, and also in there Oberg and Doty for the Proctor Phantoms right now. Regenbald with it to the key to the line to the lane. Now to Oberg, left baseline, lays it up, no good. Rebound tapped around, chased down at the left sideline by Oberg. Saved it to McGann. He thought he was fouled. And McGann with it. Back, wanted to go to Oberg. By him, picked off by Patrica. Patrica's traveling. Traveling violation on Josh Patrica. Couldn't make up his mind, went up and down with it as he looked down the floor.
Josh saw somebody open, except he had a maroon shirt on, so he thought he better keep it.
Here's McGann, right baseline, down the baseline. His short jumper's an air ball. It comes down to Sloan. Outlet now to Van Allen. Van Allen's pass intended for Loso, knocked out of bounds by McGann. A nice defensive play. And Rob Ryder, who had a breather for just a minute or two, back into the ball game for John McGann for the Proctor Phantoms. West Rutland's basketball in the backcourt. Patrica puts the ball in the forecourt. Patrica gets it into Sloan to Van Allen. Back to Patrica, left corner. Patrica stops the dribble, sends it out to Van Allen, halfway between the circles, picked up by Peters. On the bounce to DeLong. DeLong trying to force it inside, knocked away, picked off by Doty as the Phantoms control. Now with it is Rob Ryder. Ryder, Regenbald, Peters, Doty, and Oberg for the Phantoms. With it is Peters, right sideline. Peters on the cut to Doty, back out to Peters to Doty, right wing. Down low to Oberg. He turns and his left-hander's good in the lane. Spun around, went to the left hand and got the bucket. It's 30-25. Proctor by 5. Here's Patrica the other way for Westside. Patrica picked up by Peters near the right sideline. On the bounce to the right baseline to DeLong. DeLong down the baseline on Doty. Shut off, pass knocked away by Peters, stolen away by Ryder. Ryder into the forecourt down the right sideline for Proctor. Stops the dribble, sends it out to Peters, back to Ryder. Ryder to the right baseline, 12-footer, no go. Rebound DeLong. DeLong to Patrica to Allen. Van Allen skips into the forecourt down the middle. 3:40 left third quarter. Proctor by 5. Van Allen to the right side of the lane. His jumper's no good. We got a whistle and a foul against Proctor. It might have been before the shot. And the foul is on John Peters. That's the second team foul on Proctor as Fernando Amaral back in for Westside for Gary Sloan. That is the third on Peters. Again, the second on Proctor in the half. Westside's basketball. DeLong with it left sideline out to Allen. On the right to Loso, right sideline. It goes to Josh Patrica. Josh Patrica into the lane. Forces the shot. It's no good. Ripping down the rebound, Oberg. Outlet now to Ryder. Ryder throws it into the forecourt for Peters. Peters to Doty right side. From the sideline in the middle back to Peters right wing to Oberg in the lane. Oberg to Regenbald left baseline. Lays it up and in, but it won't count. We got a 3-second violation against Proctor. As into the ball game, Sean Roberts for the Proctor Phantoms and John McGann checking back in for Tom Doty and John Peters.
I think we're seeing a few calls tonight that we normally might not see, Jack, with that extra official. They really get the court covered when they get all three of them working it.
Into the forecourt slowly comes Van Allen, 5'6" senior for West Side. Dribbles to the right and stops and takes the three. It's no good off the back of the rim. Rebound is controlled by McGann. Scoops it out for Ryder. Ryder now chased by Van Allen. Gets it into the forecourt. Both teams in the man-to-man. On the counter, Roberts in the lane. His turnaround is no good. Rebound, Fernando Amaral for West Side. And they call a technical foul on Chris Hughes. Proctor coach Chris Hughes whistled down for the technical foul. So West Side will get 2 shots plus the basketball. Amaral had come down with a rebound. Heard the whistle. Thought they were going to call a traveling call on Fernando there. That's what I was about ready to say. But Chris Hughes, the Proctor coach, whistled down for the technical foul, and Van Allen will take the 2 technical foul shots for West Rutland. His first shot is good. He'll get another. It's Proctor 30 and West Rutland 26. Second shot by Van Allen is good. Gets them both. It is Proctor 30, West Rutland 27, and West Rutland will get the basketball.
That could be an important call in this game, Jack, if it stays close.
2:46 left in the third quarter. I don't believe West Side's been ahead in this game, have they?
No, not
I know they had it tied at 4 apiece as Van Allen lays it up, no good. Rebound, Amaral, back up, no good. And we're going to foul against Proctor. Fernando Amaral will be at the line for 2. Van Allen went right down the lane. His layup was no good, but Amaral there for the offensive rebound. Foul on Proctor, their 4th. The foul is on Sean Roberts, his 2nd. Gary Sloan back in for West Side for Andy DeLong. And at the line, Fernando Amaral for the West Side Golden Horde. Fernando is a 6-foot senior, an exchange student from Brazil. He looks and fires. It's no good. He'll get another. Proctor is led by as many as 12. Proctor leads by 3. We got the ball game here tonight. The Hinchy Gym on WSYB Rutland. Hinchy Gym at West Rutland. Amaral's second shot no good. Clangs up there off the back of the rim. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Sloan. Proctor's basketball. Looked like Regenball was shaken up a little bit. He was shaken up early in the ball game, but he's back up and shaking it off as McGann gets set to put the ball into play for Proctor in the backcourt. As West Side sets up the full court pressure. John McGann hit the first shot of the ball game, a 15-footer from the right side, and Proctor has not lost the lead since. They have been tied early in the ball game. Proctor's led throughout. Ryder with it in the backcourt. Ryder faced by Loso and Van Allen as he got it into the forecourt, has it right sideline. Down low, wanted to go to Oberg. The ball knocked away by Amaral. We got a foul on Fernando Amaral. And that foul on Fernando is his 3rd. That is the 2nd team foul on West Side. It'll be Proctor's basketball.
West Rutland can ill afford to have Fernando pick up his 4th foul at this juncture, Jack.
Proctor controlling. Here's Regenball right side of the lane. Forces the jumper. It's no good off the glass. Amaral the rebound. Outlet to Allen. 2-on-2 break. Van Allen to the right side of the lane. Forces the jumper and hits. Spun toward the right baseline. Forced the jumper and hit it. Proctor's lead down to 1. Proctor 30. West Rutland 29. 2:08 left third quarter with a John McGann. McGann to the free throw line. Shut off by Loso to the left wing. He goes to Rob Ryder. Rob Ryder on the cut to Regenball. He lays it up and in, but it won't count. We got a foul against West Side before the shot. Fouled on West Side's Josh Patrica. And that foul on Patrica is his 3rd. That is the 3rd on the team. Proctor's basketball from the baseline. Proctor with a 1-point lead. As the pass came into Oberg and he laid it in, but it won't count. We got a traveling violation against Proctor as Doty comes in for Sean Roberts. He got the bucket, right? But it won't count. It was a traveling violation against Proctor, so it's West Rutland's basketball. Proctor with the man-to-man. West Side can take its first lead of the ball game here. Amaral to Sloan. Sloan to the right sideline, sends it to Van Allen. Out to Loso now. Amaral with it left side of the circle. Fernando sends it out front halfway between the circles to Loso now to Van Allen. Minute 35 left third quarter. Proctor 30, West Side 29. Van Allen near the right sideline. Van Allen picked up by Ryder. And Allen on the bounce out front to Loso. Top of the circle picked up by McGann off the man-to-man. Out to Allen near the midcourt circle. On the left now to Amaral, left side of the circle. 1:18 left, third quarter. Amaral on the bounce to Sloan. Had to chase it down near the right sideline. On the bounce goes to Petrika. Petrika to the right sideline of Van Allen. Down the baseline he goes to Amaral in the lane. His turnaround is good. Dribble once, went left to right. His short jumper in the lane, and West Side takes the lead, 31-30. The other way, John McGann for Proctor. We got a foul against West Rutland. And unofficially, I believe that is West Rutland's first lead of the ball game, if I'm not mistaken, John. Is that correct?
Yes, it is, Jack. And more importantly for West Rutland, Josh Petrika just picked up his fourth personal foul.
He's coming out of the ball game. B.J. Dido is in. Fourth foul on Petrika, fourth on the team. Both teams have 4 team fouls. Proctor led by 12 early here in the third quarter. West Side has come back to take a 1-point lead, 31-30. Here's McGann going baseline, lays it up, no good. Amaral the rebound to Loso. Loso skips into the forecourt. 45 seconds left, third quarter. Van Allen with it now, right wing. Van Allen picked up by Ryder as he starts it over. Again, controls off the dribble. On the bounce to Amaral, left side of the circle. Amaral on the bounce to Sloan, right sideline of Van Allen now, to the right baseline. Picked up by Ryder. Looking around, sends it out right wing to Sloan. Sloan on the bounce back to Van Allen. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. West Side by 1. Van Allen finds an opening in the lane, lays it up, no good, and the rebound goes to Doty. And he scoops it off for Ryder. Ryder ahead to McGann. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. McGann now to Oberg, right side of the lane, right baseline. Ducks underneath and lays it in. It's going to count and get fouled. Strong move to the bucket by Jim Oberg, and Proctor has retaken the lead, 32-31, with 8 seconds left in the third quarter. 15 fouled on West Side as Andy DeLong checks back in for West Rutland. They call that foul on Fernando Amaral, so he's got 4. So does Petrika. Amaral is out as DeLong's back in. So West Side has some serious foul trouble here. Oberg's shot is in and out, no good. A rebound to DeLong. A 1-point Proctor lead, 5 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Van Allen. And he sends it now to Dido, and he lays it in at the buzzer, ending the third quarter. And West Rutland has taken a 1-point lead, 33-32. They're on their feet at Hinchy as we go to the final 8. After 3 our score. West Rutland 33 and Proctor 32. Back after this 30-second break. Trailed by 12 at the beginning of the third quarter. Has come roaring back to take a 1-point lead. And it is West Rutland's basketball here as we're underway in the fourth quarter. The final 8 should be exciting. Right sideline, Loso for 3. No good, no. Up on the rim, rebound to Ryder. I almost was premature on that. It hung on the rim and dropped out. Proctor's basketball. Ryder with it in the forecourt. Ryder to the lane, gets it to Doty, now to McGann on the cut to Oberg. Short jumper in the lane, good. Oberg is carrying the ball club here in the second half as he puts Proctor in front, 34-33. Looks like a 1-2-2 Proctor zone now. As Van Allen operates against it, now goes to Loso right wing to DeLong near the corner, back to Van Allen. Up front, B.J. Dido with it to the right side of the lane, to the right baseline to DeLong. He fires up, it's no good. Rebound, Regenball. But Proctor with a 1-point lead, 7:09 left in the ball game, going with Ryder, Regenball, McGann, Doty, and Oberg. And that is Doty left baseline. Wanted to go to Oberg, knocked away. Nice play by Sloan. And it finally went out of bounds off West Rutland. Sloan couldn't find the handle. Doty will put the ball into play from the baseline for Proctor. And with it is McGann, now to Oberg in the lane. Spins, fires, and hits. Went left to right. Oberg got it down low. 36-33. Oberg has been tremendous for Proctor. Proctor with a 3-point lead. Loso for 3. Hits! Or they're going to call that a 2. Is that called a 2 or a 3? I didn't see they tie it up on the scoreboard, 36 apiece. As with it now is Regenball, running right-hander, no good, off the board, in and out, rebound goes out of bounds.
That was a 3, Jack.
It was a 3. I saw one referee didn't give us a definitive 3, so Loso hit the 3 to tie it at 36 apiece. Play back in, here's Ryder, 12-footer from the baseline, he drills it. And Proctor retakes the lead, 38-36. So Loso hit the 3 to tie it. Now Ryder has put Proctor in front by 2. 6:18 left in the ball game. DeLong with it right baseline on the cut to Van Allen. Finds an opening and lays it in. Split the defense, stuck underneath, and laid it in. And ties it up at 38 apiece. Long pass down court for Ryder from McGann. And Ryder has to pull it up and let everybody catch up to him as Van Allen came back quickly on defense. Pass gets knocked away by Sloan on a nice defensive play. Back out to McGann it went. To Ryder, now to Oberg, and he lays it in. How many does Oberg have here in the second half as Proctor retakes the lead 40-38?
Oberg's got 10 in the second half, Jack.
Loso for three, he hits. Loso with his second straight three, and Westside has taken a 41-40 lead with 5:35 left in the ball game. Ryan Loso hit the three before. We weren't sure if it was a three right off. Hits the definitive three right there as Westside leads it by one. With it now, Ryder down the right sideline. Ryder on the cut to Oberg. He lays it up, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It goes off McGann. West Rutland's basketball.
West Rutland just doesn't have anybody to contend Mr. Oberg right now with Fernando Amaral on the bench and also Josh Patrica on the bench, Jack. And Proctor can just get that ball down there at will to Mr. Oberg.
John Peters is in. John McGann is out for Proctor. Proctor setting up. In its defense now as Van Allen dribbles into the forecourt on Peters. Proctor back in that man-to-man. They might have been 1-2-2 one of the times down the floor. As DeLong has it. Now out to Loso, top of the circle for three. No good. Rebound Doty for Proctor. Hands it off to Ryder. Ryder, Doty, Oberg. And Regenball and also Peters got a steal by Dido. Dido to Van Allen. Right side of the lane. Short jumper. No good. Off the rim. Rebound to Dido. Got a foul against Proctor. You mentioned Josh Patrica and Fernando Amaral in foul trouble for Westside, both with 4. Dido will be at the line for 2. He was in the active shooting, so they actually called the foul on his shot, not on the rebound.
That foul was on John Peters, and that's his 4th, Jack.
And both teams have 5 team fouls. Sean Roberts getting set to check in for Proctor. The shot by Dido's no good. We'll get another. Vijay Dido is a 5'8 senior. Here comes Roberts. Roberts is coming in, I thought, for Peters, but he's coming in for Oberg. Oberg will get a breather and go down the stretch. And in now is Ron Gee for Proctor for John Peters.
It's amazing how many of these short players, Jack, can jump as well as they do.
Second shot by Dido is good. He gets 1 out of 2. And Westside with his biggest lead in a while. Westside, of course, taking its first lead in the second half, leading at 42-40. Matter of fact, that is Westside's biggest lead. It ties Westside for its biggest lead, I believe. As with it quickly as Regenball, right baseline. His runner is no good. Rebound is Sloan. Now Van Allen with it into the forecourt. Van Allen's pass intended for DeLong. Out of bounds. It'll be Proctor's basketball as John McGann had a breather for a moment. He checks back in for Proctor. And Chris Hughes is giving everybody a little breather here to get him down the home stretch as McGann checks in for Regenball. It is Proctor's basketball.
I bet Coach Rogers will insert Patrica and Amaral probably around the 4-minute mark, Jack.
As they've had a breather for a while, we got a foul in the backcourt on BJ Dido. It's the 16th foul on Westside. So on the next Westside foul, Proctor will be going to the line for a 1-and-1. You go to the line for a 1-and-1 on numbers 7, 8, and 9. 10 and over, you get 2. So West Rutland will be sending Proctor to the line on the next foul. Proctor has a foul to waste. That foul on Dido is his second. 42-40, it's Westside with a 2-point lead. 4:30 left in the ball game. Ryder throws it into the forecourt. Pass picked off by Sloan, got it to Dido. Dido right wing, pulls up for the 3. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Ryder. Ryder dribbles out and sends it ahead to Doty. Doty into the forecourt as Oberg gets set to check back in for the Proctor Phantoms. McGann with it to the lane, drives and leaves it in. John McGann went right down the lane. He ties it up at 42 apiece. Coming down on 4 minutes left in the ball game. Here's Loso out to Van Allen, right side of the circle. Back to Loso. Proctor in the man-to-man. To the right baseline, DeLong. His jumper, an air ball. Chased down at the corner by Dido. Dido sends it to the left sideline to Loso for 3. It is short. Rebound of Roberts of Proctor. Gets it to John McGann. Picked up by Dido and Sloan in the backcourt. McGann finds the handle, sends it ahead to Gee. Gee into the forecourt as they break the pressure. Gee on the bounce now to McGann between the right sideline and the key. Cross court to Doty. Short baseline. Jumper's good. It's going to count. We're going to foul. 44-42. Proctor goes up by 2 with 3:30 left in the ball game. And I think that was the foul away from the basketball. I think it was. The foul is on DeLong as DeLong and Dido come out. Patrica is in and Amaral in. Roberts out for Proctor. Oberg is in there. It's Doty at the line. He has an opportunity for a 3-point play. I thought for a moment they might have called that away from the basketball. Team over the limit now, West Side over the limit, but Doty at the line, opportunity for a three-point play. Proctor leads it by 2. Doty's shot is good to complete the three-point.
They have the 1-and-1 up.
It is a 1-and-1. Who hit the baseline jumper? It was 45-42 now. Proctor up by 3. Was it after the shot?
Must have been after the shot.
It was Doty the one that just hit the jumper?
Yeah, he hit this. Yeah.
So it was after the shot, so he's at the line for a 1-and-1 and not a three-point.
That's an unusual call.
Yes, it is, and he hits the second. It becomes a 4-point play. Doty with a bucket and the 2 free throws, and Proctor goes up 46-42. Fernando Amaral with it left side of the lane. Out to Loso, right wing to Van Allen, left sideline. Patrica with it to the left baseline, taking the jumper. Sloan, no good. Rebound, Ryder. So Proctor establishing itself again here, leading by 4. 3:10 left in the ball game. Doty with it out to Ryder. So it was Doty before, and we got a whistle, and I believe a Proctor player has been shaken up. It's Ron Gee. A bloody nose, I think. And they're going to leave him in there. Apparently not a bloody nose. So it was Doty that hit that baseline jumper in the foul. But very unusual. Instead of a three-point opportunity, he went to the line because it was after the play, right?
Yeah, that's what the call was.
So it became a 4-point play, a big one in this ball game. Ryder with it for Proctor. Ryder down low to Doty. Head fakes. And his baseline jumper's good. Well, he's in there just like Oberg is. 48-42, and Proctor has gone up by 6. 2:48 left in the ball game. Van Allen sends it to the left baseline. Amaral drives, lays it up, no good. A rebound back to Van Allen, starts it over again. Top of the circle. Now to Amaral in the lane. His turnaround is no good. Rebound, back up and good by Gary Sloan. The offensive rebound for the bucket. 48-44, Proctor by 4. 2:30 left in the ball game. Doty in the forecourt. Doty down the sideline to Ryder. His pass knocked away, goes right to Oberg. Head fake, short jumper in the lane is no good. Rebound, Amaral. Amaral gets it to Van Allen. Van Allen, Amaral, Ryan Loso, Gary Sloan, and Josh Patrica for Westside. 2:15 left in the ball game. Loso with it back out to Van Allen, halfway between the circles. Sends it to the left sideline to Patrica, back to Van Allen. Picked up by Gee. Now to Loso, right side of the circle. Picked up by Ryder. Back to Van Allen, left side, between the left sideline and the key. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Patrica with it on the bounce to Van Allen. Drives, lays it up, no good. Rebound to Doty. Doty of Proctor goes to Ryder. Ryder, Gee, Doty, McGann, and Oberg for the Phantoms. 1:47 left in the ball game. Proctor 48, Westside 44. With it, Ryder way out front, sends it to Doty near the right sideline. Cross-court pass intended for McGann, picked off by Josh Patrica. Patrica on the bounce now to Loso, dribbles into the lane, lays it up and in. Proctor, what a pass by Patrica. Proctor 48, Westside 46. 1:26 left in the ball game. In the backcourt, Doty breaks the pressure as he sends it for Ryder. Ryder drives and lays it in. It's going to count and get fouled. What a move to the bucket for Rob Ryder. He's got an opportunity for a three-point play. Proctor goes up 50-46. And the foul, I believe, is on Sloan. The 8th team fouled on Westside as Regenball checks in for Ron Gee for the Proctor Phantoms. Foul is on Sloan, number 1.
Gary just didn't quite get over far enough. That's one of them situations where you get 1 foot in front of the player and not your whole body in front.
Shot by Ryder is good to complete the three-point play. Proctor goes up 51-46. A 5-point Proctor lead, and Jack Rogers wants a timeout. Westside second. They have 2 left. We have 1:18 left. The special boys basketball broadcast on WSYB Rutland. It is Proctor by 5. The Phantoms 51, the Golden Horde 46. We're at the Hinchy Gym on WSYB Rutland. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. All right, this is the best game I've seen all year.
Good game. 6. Jim Oberg and Tom Doty, Jack, have got 18 second-half points between them.
I'll tell you, they have really taken over for the Proctor Phantoms. Westside's basketball. Van Allen with it between the sideline and the key. Right sideline. Goes to Loso, back to Van Allen. 1:09 left in the game. Up top, Amaral with it in the key. Amaral to Loso, right side of the circle. Now Patrica with it. On the right, Van Allen, right sideline. Good defense by Ryder. Back out front to Loso. 56 seconds left. Back to Van Allen. And Allen spins to the right side of the lane. Back to Loso. Right baseline, Sloan. 12-footer. No good. Rebound, Ryder. Big miss by Westside as Proctor's basketball. With it now, Regenball. 40 seconds left in the ball game. Here's Oberg to Doty, back to Regenball. Back out to Ryder, but Regenball was fouled with 37 seconds left in the ball game. 19 fouled on Westside. And the foul is on Ryan Loso. And that is his first. And Proctor has a 5-point lead. Well, for the final 37 seconds, John McGann, Dave Regenball, Rob Ryder, Jim Oberg, and Tom Doty for the Proctor Phantoms. Regenbald at the line for the 1-1. Gary Sloan, Josh Patrica, Ryan Loso, Fernando Amaral, and Van Allen for Westside. Regenball looks and fires around the rim and in. 52-46, a 6-point Proctor lead. As back in B.J. Dido for Westside and checking out Fernando Amaral. Dave Regenball's dad, Vic, straight across from us as we look. John Peters checks in for Jim Oberg. Might be playing the offense-defense trick, Coach Chris Hughes.
People can say what they want about Division IV basketball, Jack, but this is a nice, exciting ball game here tonight.
Sure is, as Regenbald hits the second, gets them both, and Proctor has opened up a 7-point lead, 53-46. 32 seconds left in the ball game. Patrica sends it underneath to Dido, and he lays it in, and Westside immediately calls for a timeout. And that is West Rutland's fourth. Unofficially, they have none left. 53-48 after that bucket for West Rutland's B.J. Dido. Proctor with a 5-point lead, 29 seconds left in the ball game. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. 29 seconds left in the ball game. It's Proctor's basketball in the backcourt. John McGann throws the ball into play to Peters in the backcourt. Fouled immediately by B.J. Dido. That's number 10 on West Rutland, so it'll be a 2-shot foul. John Peters at the line for 2 for Proctor.
And thus the reason for instituting a 2-shot foul after 10 fouls.
That's right. That game, I believe that started in college ball some years ago, and it was North Carolina State and Houston, I think, where you kept sending the team to the line. It was a 1-and-1, and a bad thing became a good thing by you still continue to foul as Peters' first shot is up around the rim and in. Big free throw there, and Peters will get another as Proctor leads at 54-48. What happened was it became a positive thing rather than a negative thing, and it should never be that, as Peters' second shot is up around the rim, no good, in and out. Rebound controlled by Sloan. Ahead now to Dido. 23 seconds left in the ball game. Dido in the lane. His short jumper's no good. Rebound to Ryder. And Ryder's fouled in the backcourt by Sloan with 18 seconds left in the ball game. And Proctor in pretty good shape here, leading at 54-48. 18 seconds left in the ball game. Tomorrow night, Rutland Mill River Hockey. We have MSJ Rutland basketball on Tuesday night, the 23rd. Tomorrow night, we'll be on the air at right around 7:30 in the Royce Mandigo Arena. And I'll tell you, we've enjoyed this one tonight at the Hinchy Gym. You mentioned Division IV basketball. You didn't have to convince me, as the first shot is up and good by Ryder. 55-48. A 7-point Proctor lead. He's at the line for 2, and he misses the second, and the rebound is controlled by Westside. Loso down to Patrica, left wing. Back to Loso, top of the circle for 3. It's no good, an air ball. It will go out of bounds. Proctor will have the basketball with 11 seconds left in the ball game. Proctor 55, Westside 48. Jim Oberg checks back in for Proctor, and he checks in for Peters. John McGann gets set to put the ball into play for the Proctor Phantoms. And he gets it into play to Regenball, fouled immediately. It's an intentional foul on Westside's B.J. Dido, so it would be 2 shots plus the ball for Proctor. With 10 seconds left in the ball game. You didn't have to convince me on Division IV basketball. I knew that anyway, John. Of course, West Rutland and Proctor, a great tradition here in the Rutland area, the great rivalry. But we saw those 2 great games last year at the Barry Auditorium. Both went down to the wire, the semi and also the final, so didn't have to convince me that Division IV basketball is great basketball. As the first shot is good by Regenbald, he'll get another as Peters checks back in for Doty now for Proctor. 56-48, the Phantoms lead it with 10 seconds left in the ball game. Regenbald will get another, and Proctor will also get the basketball. The shot by Dave is good, as Proctor goes up 57-48, a 9-point lead, and Proctor will have the basketball, because that was an intentional foul before on West Rutland's B.J. Dido. That was Dido's 4th personal foul, by the way. Proctor will have it in the backcourt. John McGann getting set to put the ball into play. Proctor won the JV game tonight 56-38. McGann throws the ball into play to Regenball. And Regenball's fouled with 8 seconds left by DeLong, and that's an intentional foul. And this last 10 seconds is going to take a while, I think. So Regenball at the line for 2, plus Proctor will get the basketball.
When you want to foul the other team, Jack, you got to learn how to do it discreetly. You can't do it.
Well, actually, I've always felt that toward the tail end, they're all intentional anyway. I've always been surprised they don't foul them like that all the time. They have tonight as Regenball hits the first, and Proctor's opened up a 10-point lead, 58-48. Dave will get another. 8 seconds left in the ball game. Second shot by Regenball is no good. It'll be Proctor's basketball.
I think it's the intent of the foul.
Yeah, I think so too. And Proctor will get the ball in the backcourt. Proctor, a big win for the Proctor Phantoms. Control throughout the game. West Side making a run in the third quarter and keeping it close for a while in the fourth. Play underway again. Ryder with it in the backcourt. 5 seconds left. Ryder into the forecourt. Ryder sends it now underneath and laying it up and in at the buzzer for the Proctor Phantoms.